Hello, this is Deborah Yacht with Black Education TV. We are out here harvesting green beans today. So far this is how much we've taken off, but I decided to go ahead and film because we have a whole lot more to go. So we're going to have to get another bowl or container because this is not going to hold them all. We planted green beans in a number of areas, and as you see, it is harvest time. We like to pick them off when they're a nice, big, healthy size where you can snap it in half and get a couple of beans off. And in some cases, you can snap it in 3, depending on what size you want. As you see the flowers here, this is where more beans are going to form. And here are some baby sprouts right there. We're going to leave those on. But for the most part, we like to get them when they're a nice, healthy size. When they're thick enough to harvest. And again, it is up to you. This one I think I'll go ahead and get because he's pretty long, but the one that's right next to him, I'm going to leave that on. But yeah, green beans are, I'm going to say, a favorite of Watchman. I love them too, but it's one of his favorites. I like greens a lot more, but we made sure we planted lots of greens and green beans for everyone's taste. The children are kind of like with me in terms of favoriting greens over green beans, but I like both. But you know, there's always a favorite when you're doing anything. And so we are just harvesting these. Sophia and I are taking on this task. As you see, she has a whole handful of them right there.
This one got a little eaten up.
Okay, so we will give that to the chickens. But yes, green bean harvesting in full bloom. This one right here, I'm thinking he's kind of small. I could let him grow a little bit more. There's plenty of time for them yet to grow. I'll take this one though. This is one of the fun parts of farming and gardening when it's time to collect your food. That's one of the fun parts. So here is a nice big one right there. Look at that. Nice big one. It's amazing when you're picking these vegetables off nice and fresh from your garden. Especially when you go to the store and you see that they are so expensive. They charge so much for this sort of thing. And when you can grow it yourself, that is a huge blessing. We just watched a video called What the Health last night. And as always, whenever you watch these things, it's a big eye-opener in terms of being very picky with what you put into your mouth. We've got to step up our game in terms of growing food and raising livestock, because what is being passed off as food in the supermarkets and things of that nature is very, very scary at this point. Very questionable. So we've all got some decisions to make, some choices to make in how we eat and how we feed our families. We've got decisions to make because what is being sold to us as food has been compromised. And I know many of you may be tired of hearing these sorts of things, and you say, well, what can we do? What can we do? Well, we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. There's a beginning to everything. You know, even these plants have a beginning. They start off as a seed. Then they work their way into the soil, and they continue from there to become these plants that we see and these this food that we're gathering now. Shem has joined us in collecting the green beans. Like I said, this is going to become more than necessary in the times ahead because of the food chain being compromised. It's a matter of choice. The choice is yours, family. You can start little. You don't need a whole lot of land to start with. You can literally start with an acre. Even less than that. The Dervay family in California they have 1/4 of an acre, which is just a regular city block. And they've just decided to transform their grass and their space into a space for growing food rather than planting non-productive flowers. Of course, flowers have their place too. Everything that Yah has created has a purpose, but you don't want to have a garden full of flowers and not take the time to grow food. You can live without flowers, in a sense, okay? Because I'm sure they have some type of purpose that'll provide for another. Okay, this is the end result of what we picked today in the green beans.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, this is one of Watchman's favorite. He loves green beans. I like green beans. He loves them. I like them. I love greens. But it's all good though. So we made sure we grew plenty for him. We have a lot more to pick as well, but I just wanted to show that this is what we got today. And of course, you know, when you pick these, that one looks like it could be divided into maybe 3, depending on the size that you like and depending on the meal that you're making as well. So this is what we picked today. As you see, that is a very large bowl, so you can eat on that for a while, especially if you add potatoes to it, or you don't have to add potatoes. It depends on what you want and what you like. Okay, shalom.
Shalom.